that fucking bass!
Hey guys, Paradox here, and I just thought of something. I was actually just feeding my snakes, and Mr. Mister is getting out. But I was just feeding my snakes, and I'm so sorry I didn't get that. But as you see, she's adjusting it, trying to get it in her mouth. So she's like trying to turn it around and stuff. Now him, like, she eats absolutely no problem. Goes after the mouse every time. I don't feed live, by the way. I don't believe in feeding live, and it's not because I'm a animal rights activist or anything crazy. I just don't believe in it because rodents can seriously harm your snakes. So if anything, I'm protecting the snake, not the rodent. But I feed froze and thawed, so that's just my preferred method. The only time I buy live is if my snakes absolutely refuse to eat it. But I mean, even that's rare. Most time I'll just assist feed, and usually that works out no problem. Which, if he keeps refusing to eat, you will be seeing a tutorial on that here in this video. But what I have is a pair of feeding tongs or forceps or whatever you want to call them. So they lock. You know, I can't get them out. You gotta push out and in at the same time. But we are going to try and get him to eat something. If not, well, then I'll show you guys how to assist feed. Like, he just doesn't ever seem to want to go for it. No? Don't make me have to do this again, bro. No, it's looking like I'm gonna have to assist feed him. He's a picky eater. The female goes no problem, no problem. But him, on the other hand, he has a huge issue with feeding, and I don't understand. Whoop! I just dropped him off my lap. Sorry, buddy. Come here, dude. Alright, so, I don't know. Yeah, you can't even see. Okay, so, hold on here. I'm going to try and adjust the camera so you guys can see proper. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to pick him up gently. And we have the mouse here in this hand. So what we want to do with him, I don't have names for these guys yet, is you want to, he's struggling a bit, but I'm not hurting him. I'm barely holding on to him. What you want to do is you want to get him behind the jaws. Let me focus. It won't focus. There we go. So he's got a piece of cat hair on his face. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the head of the mouse. And we're not going to force it, but we're going to gently wiggle it into his jaws. See how he opened his mouth on his own, and now he's going to coil. And that is assist feeding. As simple as that. So what we don't want to do is, even though he's on my pillow, I just thought about that, he's on my fucking pillow. Well, we'll be washing our pillowcase later. But the what I should did is got their lid that's right there, put it on here, and then okay, well, I didn't think about that, but that's what we should have done. But the last thing you want to do is move them. You don't want to move them because you want them to spit it out. So let's go back to the female. She's still swallowing hers. Let me get the focus. Okay, there we go. So yeah, as you see, she's finishing up hers. She's a very good eater. She takes her meals every single time. You know, you can get down. My cat's up here, and I don't want her up here when the snakes are eating. but I'll let you watch her eat. And the male's actually getting ready to adjust his food and swallow it as well. Let's try and get a different angle. So for the most part, she's letting gravity do the work, but she still pushes it down with her muscles. I love watching snakes eat. It's interesting. Okay, so while she's finishing up her meal, let's go back to the male because he's starting to swallow his now. His whole body's like upside down. What the hell? But I mean, you see, as soon as I gently put it in his mouth and he clamped down on it, I let go of him and he coiled around it, no problem, instinctively. He actually almost coiled around my finger, which I'm glad he didn't because I would have had to pry him off, and I don't want to bother him any more than I need to when they're eating. But yeah, let's try and get a little bit of a better angle. There we go. Every once in a while I have to manually focus it just because my camera isn't the greatest. And actually it's the camera on my tablet, so that's why. Looks like the girl is almost done, so we'll be able to put her back here soon. Focus. Jesus. I don't know why I have to manually focus it every time. That's ridiculous. I'll wait till she finishes pushing it into her stomach, and then we'll put her back in her enclosure because I actually already did up their bedding and everything for today, so they're all good to go. Actually, I need to get them some new water, but other than... Oh, Mister's falling off. He just about fell off the bed. Okay, so she's pretty much about done. That was a big fuzzy, too. The fuzzies I ordered were pretty decent size. You can sit here and watch him finish up real quick. And she's done eating, so we're going to gently put her back into her enclosure while you guys are watching him finish his meal. Nice, there we go. We got a good angle on him now. He's got a bit of cat hair sticking out of his mouth. I don't know, I always thought it was pretty interesting to watch snakes eat. No, kitty. No. There we go. Well, they raise their body up like that so they can let it slide down their throat easier. Hopefully he don't get too used to me assist feeding him because I want to be having to do that all the time. This is the third feeding these guys have had, and it's the third feeding that I've had to assist feed this guy because he just absolutely refuses to take it unless you put it in his mouth for him. So I don't know. I'm not entirely sure why, but I know especially ball pythons can tend to be very finicky eaters. But yeah, so we'll let him finish up, but I think that's going to be it. I'll show you the girl one more time. She's just chilling in there. Just chilling. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and this was Reptile Paradox. Talk to you later, guys.